I'm Vicki, and welcome to my kitchen. You'll find the ingredients list for this cook-along in the description.
Of course, this is the cook-along for the frittata. And I'm hoping we're going to have some people joining us. I don't think I'm going to be able to see your comments, but please, 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 if you're joining us, make a comment so I can see them later. Okay, just is 6. Let's give it a few more minutes, another minute or two. While we're waiting, I'm going to chop some vegetables. A frittata is basically like a quiche without a crust, with a lot of vegetables. It's nourishing, and it's what I like to do for Sunday nights. And I like to use whatever's in my refrigerator. I've always got some things like microgreens and onions and peppers. We're going to use some sausage that I had left over and some pork chop that I had left over. I have cheese out. I always use cheese. Put a little cream in it. So we're going to make a 4-egg frittata, so why don't we just go, and I've let my eggs sit out and get room temperature. Let's see if I can keep my workspace clean. For those of you that know me, no, that's a funny. I'm a messy cook, but I love to cook. As a matter of fact, it's kind of appropriate cooking today, because Daddy liked to cook too. And boy, could he mess up a kitchen. Mom, if you're out there, agree with me. I can't see who's there, because I've got 2 amazing parties going on right now. Lou's wine, cheese and chocolate, and the Havens fundraiser. I'm sharing this in both, and it's the first time I've ever done that. And I'm not seeing, one of the things is I'm finding out that I can't see the comments, but I want to see the comments, so be sure and comment and leave me notes, and I'll come back after it's over and reply to them. I'd love to know if anybody out there is cooking with me. This is just some leftover pork chop. And like I said, I have a leftover piece of sausage. Sunday nights is just kind of, my frittatas are leftover night. Now while this is cooking, I'm going to make my pimento cheese for you. Now, my pimento cheese and your pimento cheese are probably different. Everybody's got their favorite recipe. But my pimento cheese is pretty good. Especially if you're not sure about making it yourself. But y'all, making some pimento cheese is so easy. Okay, we've got the, let me push this block of cheese out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and we've got some sausage. A lot of times I'll get the food chopper out and use it, but for today, just so we can get it in the oven as quickly as possible, I'm using our cutlery. But you know, I enjoy using our knives. They're so sharp and nice. Give such a clean cut. And I don't know, I get satisfaction out of sitting here and cutting the vegetables one by one. I love seeing them on the cutting board, the cutting mat, and I love using the mats. You'll always see me using a mat or a board under me, but I use the mats most of the time. They're inexpensive, and once a year I just get a new set of mats because I use them so much. I pretty much destroy them in a year. But I use my mats almost every day. The small ones and the large ones. These are microgreens. Okay. I had a few sweet peppers in the fridge, so thought we'd use some of those too. I'm gonna make them round, so make them look pretty. Okay, I make sure I get the seeds off. I'm just gonna cut some round pieces. I lay them on the top. Now we don't put the last layer of cheese on until we're about 3/4 of the way finished. Now I take the seeds out and the veins out. Veins have a tendency to make things a little bitter. The seeds have heat in them. And frankly, on a frittata, I don't want the heat. What do you like? What type of vegetables do you like, or do you have hanging around the house? You know, I almost made some asparagus just to have it, and then got busy because I had to go run to town because I didn't have the Piquillo Peppers for the Pimento Cheese. And I like a certain pepper in my Pimento Cheese, but you can use pimentos. Kind of messed up my day. That happens a lot. Does that ever happen to you? Your day doesn't go quite the way you expected it to. And then you don't have time to spend a lot of time on dinner. To me, a frittata is a throw together amazing meal. A lot of you, if you've been watching my videos or watching my YouTube, you know that I eat keto low carb. So I'm always looking for new inventive ways to cook. Let's get another little bit of pepper. Now, if you notice, I'm using yellow, reds, and orange peppers. Green bell peppers do not agree with me. Are you one of those people out there that you just can't eat bell peppers? Well, that was me. And I went for the longest time not eating bell peppers. And then I discovered I can eat the yellow, red, and orange ones without it causing heartburn. I can even eat them raw. That's pretty amazing. Okay, I'm gonna put 1/4 cup of cream in our eggs. Oops, told you I was messy. But I have fun in the kitchen. And we're just gonna give it a quick whip. I'm gonna put 4 ounces of cream cheese in. Just give it another quick whip. Okay. So we're just going to add the ingredients together. I've got microgreens. Can't eat spinach, raw spinach, or lettuce anymore since I had my surgery. But I can eat microgreens. That's an amazing way to get the nourishment in me. I'm gonna put a few of these little rounds in there. Save a few for the top. Now let's go ahead and put our meat in. Let's save out a few of these for the top. Make it look pretty. Now this is one of the reasons I like our mats. You just cut everything. And it's not all over your workspace. Let's just give it a stir. Ooh, I got a lot of meat in this one. And let's put some cheese in there. Now, if this is the first time you're seeing me, you know that I don't use pre-shredded cheese. And I'm always telling you, when you buy pre-shredded cheese, you're getting cellulose and starch that they put on that cheese in order to keep it from sticking together. And it doesn't take any longer, really, to shred your own cheese. And you're saving in the long run, because when that bag of cheese gets a little piece of mold on it, then you've got to throw the whole bag away. If a block of cheese gets a little mold on it, you just cut it off and keep going. So you're saving money and it's better for you. That's kind of a win-win, isn't it? Now we're going to put it in our air fryer, but you can put this in your oven. You know what? I messed up, but I did tell you to preheat your oven on the instructions. But preheat your oven to 350, 375, depending on your oven. This is my non-stick 8-inch skillet with removable handles, and it fits perfect in our air fryer. Now I grease it pretty well with butter, because not that it's going to stick, but I want the butter incorporating into the frittata and creating a crust. So I put a good bit of butter around the frying pan. Now you can use a baking pan, you can use a casserole dish, whatever you like. Ooh, this one is very meaty. I'm just going to distribute the ingredients, and I'm going to go stick it in our air fryer for 11 minutes. You're going to need to put it into your oven for 18 minutes. So now we're going to start with the pimento cheese. And the grater that I'm fixing to have out is actually in the outlet. And I'm sorry to see this going away, because I use it all the time. At least I have mine. So you still have time to get one for yourself. I think they're still available in the outlet right now. It's such an amazing price. Look at the container. Isn't that great? Great big container to catch the cheeses. Now I'm just going to put the cheese. Now I've used different kinds of cheeses. This is a Vermont white, like that piece that just came out. And it's a very sharp. The first one was a Colby, and it's kind of a medium cheese. Now we're going to use a Colby Jack, and we're going to use a very sharp cheddar. Okay, now I've got about 4 or 5 big pieces. Let's take the cheese out for the frittata. I think that's plenty. I'm going to mix our pimento cheese up in here. So we'll get those big pieces out in the fork. There they are. Let's go ahead and put these back in. And what I usually do is just kind of press them into a ball, press them together. This doesn't happen with vegetables, but it does happen with cheese. Oops. Okay, that's got it. The grater has suction cups on the bottom, so it won't move. Okay, let's see if I can clean up my workspace a little bit. Probably should have had 2 or 3 mats under me. Like I said, I'm a messy cook. Frittata's starting to smell good. How does yours smell? For those of you that haven't met her, you see a little black dog running around behind me? Her name is Zoe. She's my little sous chef. She's always with me when I'm cooking. Of course, I think she's always with me and under my feet because she knows I'm gonna drop something. All right, this is our piquillo peppers and two jars with the oil in them. And we're going to use our hand food processor, our manual food processor. Now y'all, I do this by feel, but I can tell you about how much it is. It's a half a cup of sour cream, a cup of mayonnaise. Now we're going to probably have to put more mayonnaise in it, but to mix up the peppers, this is what I usually do. And I just go ahead and chop them. The Piquillo peppers are whole, so you want to put them in the food processor, or you can put them in the Flex Plus food processor and do it a lot quicker. But for some reason, I like using the manual food processor on this one. I can kind of control the size of the peppers. I don't want them to disappear. That looks about right. So we're going to pour this right into our cheese. Now we are going to add some more mayonnaise and things to it, but this is just getting the peppers in. And if you're wondering what I'm using right now, this is a scoop and spread. I love it because it's got this flexible tip and it just gets everything cleaned out. I don't waste anything. I can't believe Zoe's not barking at that. So we're going to start just working that in. Go ahead and put some more mayonnaise. And a little more sour cream, because I didn't put quite my half cup, because I had it measured out in here. My pimento cheese turns a little pink looking. Ooh, that's looking good. All right, here we are at 11 minutes. The top is starting to brown a little bit, but it's not set all the way. What I'm going to do is put the cheese on it. And I'm going to put it back in for another 6 or 7 minutes. This one's pretty thick. I may need to put it in for 7. Okay, I'm going to put some peppers on the top, so it looks pretty. Let's put it back in the oven for another 7 minutes. Let's come back to this. So, we've got it basically mixed up. And I'm a pepper girl. I like a lot of ground pepper. When I say a lot of ground pepper, in this big this size mixing of pimento cheese, oh wow, a lot of ground pepper. Get a little bit of a workout. It's not southern pimento cheese if you don't put plenty of pepper in it. You can even put a dash of cayenne. Do I have any cayenne? If I do put cayenne, it's just a dash. Okay, pepper. Now, I take our Gulden's brown mustard And I'd say it's like 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to put a few dashes of our garlic and herb. I don't want too garlicky. And just, because it's already salty, just need a little bit of sea and Himalayan salt. And we'll test it and see what it needs. Now this is best made the day before, so it sits in the refrigerator and everything melds and comes together. And then you make, either you use your some crackers or some white bread. I don't think I've ever seen pimento cheese on a wheat bread. Let me know if you use it on wheat bread. And if you go in the pimento cheese route, usually it's white bread. The more you stir, the more it kind of just comes together. I can see a few people out there. I can even see some messages. Hi. The frittata's almost out of the oven. We're about through making the pimento cheese for those that just chimed in. And we're talking about your preferences on pimento cheese. Now, do you have a favorite recipe? If you do, you can share it with us. All right. This is kind of a spoiler alert. I made these little cheddar and ham biscuits, and I made them a little softer so that I could use one for a top and one for a bottom. And what I'm going to do is to put our pimento cheese in the center, and I am making pimento cheese sandwiches. I'm making them for the party Thursday night. So those of you that are out there watching, they're going to be at the party Thursday night. Shh, don't tell those that didn't see it. But this is amazing. You know what? You can use a little more pepper. Yeah, I know. I put a lot in it to start with, but it can use a little more. Heck, when my sister Pam makes pimento cheese, you can see pepper flakes all over hers. I don't use quite as much as she does. And let's use a touch more garlic. Just a touch. Just a skosh. Okay, y'all. Look at this big bowl of pimento cheese. Wow. A lot of us have got to be eating this. I think I have company coming today too. But I'm not going to tell who it is. Please comment when you look at this. If you look at the repost, leave me some messages and let me know what you're thinking and what you're doing. Let me know if you've tried the frittata before, because I have done live on frittatas before, and a couple of you that are out there have been with me before when I was cooking. So if you've tried frittata before, let me know. If you like the way we did it tonight, let me know. If there's something you would like me to cook for you, oh my gosh, let me know, because I love cooking. And I think the oven is about to go off, and we're going to get to see the frittata. Now, it's not quite done yet. The frittata needs to sit for about 10 minutes and rest. I actually like it to sit a little bit longer than that. But if you have 10 minutes that you can let it sit and rest and just let all of those flavors come together, and the air fryer just went off. Okay, look. Isn't that beautiful? Now, it will deflate a little bit as it rests, and then I'll be able to cut it nice. And cutting, quick little story. I had about $10 left on my party about 20 years ago, and I stuck it in the cart because I had about $10 left of free products. Stuck it in there and was wondering what in the heck was I getting that for, and it sat in the drawer for maybe a year. And then I learned the secret. When I cut a frying pan, and it actually cut into it. It wasn't a Pampered Chef frying pan, it was a Teflon frying pan. And it actually cut and scored my frying pan. Then I started using this, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with the nylon knife. So put one of these in your cart if you don't have it in your cart. Be sure and go to our pantry and see what all the new items are that are in our pantry. Now I'll post a picture of this cut and put on a plate for you in the party. Be sure and let me know if I can do anything for you. I always end my videos by saying, give someone your beautiful smile today. Makes you feel good inside. And you know, you just could make somebody's day. You could affect someone else. Have a wonderful one and come back to see me soon. Bye.